Now we want to discuss from the final group on a topic everybody likes always to talk about, which is about climate and finance. And so we are very happy that Qamar volunteered to report from this group.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Qamar Iqbal. I am working with the local organization in Pakistan, Pak Mission Society. So we discussed a lot because I think we have a bigger group, and we discussed a lot of things. So I will try to sum up those. Like one is, first question was put up with the group that how many organizations, like we are, many of us were humanitarian organizations. So how many have applied for and got the funding from the climate funds? So there are very few examples. And even we discussed that the competition process, then being, you need to have consortia or you need to have an intermediary organization to access those type of funds. And then the short deadlines and competition among the organizations, it is also a hindrance for the organization. And then the second point is the mandate of the organizations. Like we do personally exercise that to access, to submit the call for proposal to mitigation action facility. It took a lot of time for us to, sensitize or educate our funding partner that it is in a way covering their mandate to access that fund. So we need to, be more innovative to define our mandates, or something. Sometimes we can say we need to unlearn what we have learned so that we can, revise our, whatever the mandates are, strategies are. And secondly, we also discussed that how we can complement and build the synergies, because building the resilience, like when you are building the resilience of the community, so you are doing a lot of work on the adaptation side. So it's not new. We are doing from, many times we are doing and building the capacities of the people. So we need to, complement the different funding streams of the same government. Like if we talk about the Germans, so GFFO is providing humanitarian assistance grants to the people. So they can, on humanitarian assistance and somehow anticipation, they can work, and then on the basis of that work done, they can build on with the development cooperation funding by, having a climate sensitive development programs. So in a way they can complement and build the synergies among whatever the funds coming from. And then again, there is another aspect of there should be, there were not many experts who are, in the policy enabling or advocacy side who are working like the humanitarian organizations. So 2-3 major, takeaways were that either they need to build their capacities by themselves within their organizations, or they can, partner with other networks, or, whoever they have the expertise, like they are the climate policy people, so they can join hands with them, they can work together. And also we need to have this regional stability, a regional approach to work. Like if something has been tested in one area, and with the same context, the same geographical and socioeconomic context, we can, replicate or scale up to many other, areas. So we can go for this regional stability by sharing, by shared goals and synergies building among themselves. And then we also talk about we need to sensitize donors as well, that the context realities need to be understood well. There are certain realities and we need to understand, rather, going with the donor, we need to build our case and we need to argue that whatever, we are doing in a way to, serve the communities. And these are the needs of the communities who are being affected by these crises. Then we also talk about the loss and damage fund, that how bureaucratic it could be. Either it could be the loans or grants, or what should be the modality, and who will, accessibility, like I do mention yesterday as well, the accessibility is one of the key factor, because if you have all the capacities but the fund is not accessible to you, so what it means to you. And then we also discussed that who will get it is not matter of the fact that who will get the fund, but it is that which population is, going to be, that will be, getting benefit from that funds. So we need to focus on that side. And we also talk about that it's a time of multi-actor partnerships. Single, humanitarian organizations can't do everything. Likewise, climate-oriented, or we can say more climate-focused organization can't do anything. Like, it's a time of multi-stakeholder or multi-actor partnerships. So we can build, partnerships with academia to have a evidence-based, researches, so that we can build our narrative on the evidences, and then we can have shared vision among all the stakeholders. And then we also need to engage the private sector alongside with us, because they do have a lot of money, but they struggle sometimes. Like in Pakistan, JS Bank is one of the bank. They have got $100 million from GCF, but they are struggling how to implement it, because they don't have this appetite to work with the communities for their betterment and for their, benefit. So we need to have localized solutions, because localization is everywhere, So, but localized solutions who are being tested, and then we can, those are replicable and scalable. So this is how we have discussed among the group. Thank you.
Thank you so much.